Let's take a look at how to load a file or submit a job to our 3D printers. I'm currently in the slicing program, and just so you can see, I've got this little cell phone dust pick remover for your charging ports. It's very tiny and it'll be a very quick job to print. So I'm going to go over to the preview, and it's going to slice and it's going to like everything that we see here. And it gives me my estimates, and it's going to take 1 minute and 27 seconds to print, and it's going to take 6 minutes to prepare the machine. And this is heating up the machine, heating up the plates, and so a total of 7.5 minutes. It's going to cost 1 cent to print, apparently, and it's only going to take 0.15 meters of filament to do. So we love this, we're going to do it. So before, we would hit this down arrow and we would extract a file to a memory card, and then we'd plug the memory card into the printer. We are now just going to print the plate itself. When we click on that, it gives us a prompt. And it's important to see on this prompt that we have a choice between this printer and this printer, 898 and 758. Well, which one is which? Well, if I were to move on over, you would see that each of these printers has a tag on it. So the left one is the 758, and the right one is the 898. So you select the one you want. Now for me, I'm going to be selecting the second printer because the filament in there is the one I want to choose. But speaking of filament, you have to tell it what filament you want. So right now, we can see that only the first 3 channels have been filled. The fourth one is blank. And just so you can see how this ties in, I'm going to move on over to that filament. And you can see, indeed, the first 3 are filled, but the last is blank. Now, don't worry about the colors on the computer not matching. See, it says gray, blue, black. But as we move over to the print, it's kind of got gray, blue, and nothing. This is strictly a configuration that we can edit in a different area, but this doesn't matter. This color does not tell us what type of filament we're using. It's just a thing. But I've said A3, so now I can go and hit send. I can confirm. It sends the job through the cloud service and over to the filament, or to the printer. So now as we look, we can see that it says downloading, extracting the file that it's creating, and now it gives me an estimate of 7 minutes, and it's going to start heating up the tray. So the left number is the 75 degrees Celsius, is the nozzle preparing to heat up to extract filament. The right is the plate itself where the work is going to come out. So it's going to go through that 6-minute process of heating up, feeding filament, and it's going to go through that process of balancing out the tray, and then it'll start working. In the meantime, up here, it'll start feeding in that tray 3 filament. So this will start spinning and feeding through all the tunnels in the back and getting itself ready to extrude. There you go. Good luck in submitting all of your files. Bye-bye.